My esteemed colleagues, leaders of the majority and minority, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring this session to a close, I stand before you deeply honored, yet profoundly humbled, to have served as your speaker in this transformative era for our nation. The privilege of leading this distinguished assembly is not mine alone. It belongs to each of you who have upheld the spirit of democracy and the duty of public service with unwavering resolve. From the outset of the 19th Congress, we committed ourselves to a singular purpose: to be the vanguard of progress, the custodians of justice, and the architects of a future where every Filipino, regardless of station, has access to opportunity, security, and dignity. We have not wavered. We have not faltered. Together, we have rewritten what is possible. This chamber has been a crucible of ideas and actions, where principled debates gave birth to policies that strengthened our institutions, empowered our people, and fortified our economy. We have enacted reforms that resonate beyond the walls of Congress, reforms that will be felt in the homes of the ordinary Filipino, in the aspirations of the working class, in the dreams of the youth, and in the resolve of the underserved. Isinulong natin ang interes ng sambayanan, lumaban sa mga puwersa ng kadiliman, hindi umatras sa kampon ng kasamaan. Ours is a Congress that does not shy away from its responsibility to our people. We are not here to protect the powerful. We are here to serve the people, to stand for what is just, and to ensure that no one is beyond the reach of the law. We have exercised our oversight functions with boldness and resolve, exposing inefficiencies, dismantling injustices, and holding accountable those who betray the public trust. No institution is greater than the Republic. No ambition is above the Constitution. And no one, no matter how powerful, is immune from the will of the people. In these hallowed halls, we did not turn a blind eye. We did not look the other way. Instead, we face the truth, no matter how difficult, because leadership is not about privilege, it is about responsibility. Ang responsibilidad ay hindi iniiwasan. Ito ay ginagampanan. To those who believe they can manipulate power without consequence, let this House be a reminder. Kasaysayan ang huhusga sa atin. At ang kasaysayan ay walang puwang sa mga duwag. Ang Kongreso ito ay hindi magpapagamit sa alinmang interes maliban sa interes ng sambayanan. Ang tama, ipaglalaban. Ang mali, itatama. The numbers tell part of our story. 75 national laws, 112 local laws. 30 of these were LIDAC priority measures. 8 directly aligned with the vision set by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. But beyond statistics, our true legacy is measured in lives uplifted, in livelihoods secured, in futures brightened by the work we do in these halls. Consider the landmark legislative wage hike, the first in 3 decades, a long overdue intervention. It will ease the burden of millions of workers, putting food on their tables and hope in their hearts. This is what meaningful governance looks like. This is the impact we sought when we took our oath. Yet, for all that we have accomplished, our task remains unfinished. As the 19th Congress nears its conclusion, let it be clear, our commitment does not wane with time. It strengthens, it sharpens. Marami na tayong nagawa, pero hindi pa tapos ang ating misyon. Umaasa pa rin ang ating mga kababayan sa pangakong dala ng bagong Pilipinas. Ahead lies another democratic exercise, the 2025 elections, a moment when the will of the people once again takes center stage. To those who will offer themselves in service, I say this: campaign not in the pursuit of power, but in the pursuit of purpose. Engage not in division, but in discourse. Seek not victory for yourselves, but the vindication for the ideals we have fought for together. The people's voice is sovereign. Their trust is sacred. Their mandate is our marching order. My colleagues, let us not merely close a chapter. We must ensure that the story we begun continues. The legacy of the 19th Congress must not be one of fleeting triumphs, but of enduring transformation. Siguruhin natin na ang laban para sa mababang presyo ng bigas ay magpapatuloy. Tiyakin na may serbisyong medikal ang lahat ng pasyente. May sapat na sahod para bumuhay ng pamilya. We have redefined what it means to lead. We have proven what governance, when anchored in integrity and inclusivity, can be a force of national renewal. We have shown that in unity there is strength, in perseverance there is progress, and in service there is redemption. So let us persist, let us push forward, let us not forget that the Philippines is not merely a nation we govern. It is a nation we must uplift, protect, and propel into a future worthy of its people's boundless potential. With that, I extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Madamo nga salamat, ayong tanan. Mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang sambayanang Pilipino! Mr. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we have done our obligation, we have done our duty to the Constitution, to the Republic of the Philippines. Mr. Speaker, I move to adjourn session until Monday, June 2, 2025 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
There is a motion. The chair hears no objection. Motion is approved.
reaction lang, sir, na impeach na si VP Sara. Tinuluyan siya, sir.
Expected ko na yun. I've been expecting that to happen.
Bakit, sir? Bakit?
Nakikita ko yung kanilang effort na talaga to impeach sa VP Sara.
How will this affect, sir, kayo po as bilang tatayong senator judge at kayo po ay mangangampanya din, sir? Eh, di bawas yung araw ng labas niyo, sir, pag nagkataon?
Kaya ngayon, ang daya nila, no? Gagawin kaming hostage dito para magiging judge ng impeachment court. Tapos sila, mangangampanya na. Kami dito ngayon, 24 of us will be sitting as judges of the impeachment court.
Sir,
So,
yung rules, pwede siyang gawin even during the break.
It has to be decided upon plenary action yan. You can paikot or discuss about it among yourselves and then promulgate it in the plenary.
Sir, some scholars were saying...
Guys, even the referral takes plenary action, okay? I'm sure you guys are aware of that.
So, ibig sabihin, you will not be able to act on it kung naka-join kayo. Kailangan...
Walang plenary.
Sir? So,
Walang plenary, so yeah.
So, walang
How?
plenary, so hindi nyo ma-actionan yun kung isa
The rules?
na naka-join na kayo.
The rules or whatever it is again there has to be a plenary action, okay?
So kung hindi ma-actionan sa plenary, hindi pwedeng action, hindi makakapag-impeachment trial. Possible yun.
Lahat ng gagawin namin, even the declaration of the senators sitting as an impeachment court, kailangan ng plenary action.
Pero
diba?
sir, some scholars were saying na kahit naka-adjourn ng Senado, kayo ang role nyo bilang senador, pero when it comes to impeachment, may special role kayong ginagampanan. So kahit naka-adjourn, you can continue.
Nasa constitution ho, tama.
Yeah.
Pero again, it is the plenary action that would give us the go signal na we can, parang di ba pagka nagbe-break tayo, kahit committee hearings lang, kailangan banggitin mo doon sa plenaryo na ito ay ino-authorize ng bawat miyembro ng
So pwedeng mag-continue
Senado.
sa susunod na Senado?
Yep.
Is that what you mean? Kung halimbawa matapos
all things being again it's so hard for me to speak on just ito anticipation na po pwede mangyari, etc.
Sa session mamaya na mag-reconvene kayo after ng itong kailangan may mag-move na mag-reconvene kayo.
If it is filed and it is in the reference of business na sa agenda, automatic naman yun, di ba, na babasahin.
Yes, sir.
So, automatic din yun na i-refer. Di ba? And then if it is referred to a particular committee, the committee chair would act, whether it's rules or committee on justice, etc. You know. And